Hello, let's consider these questions. What's in November 2007, question 15b? They are using mathematical tables or calculator. Evaluate 3 cos 315 minus 2 sine 210, leaving your answer in set 4. Alright, so let's consider the first one. And then we'll come to the second one also. Number 1. Okay, so you realize that this particular question here is in what? Is in the other quadrant, not in the first quadrant. The angles are not acute. But because we are asked not to use mathematical table calculator, we have to write our answer in the acute, and then we finally simplify, or we finally evaluate it. All right. So you have 3 cos 315 minus 2 sine 210. All right. So what you should know is that when you are given the angle in other quadrants, okay, other than the first quadrant, and then you are supposed to evaluate. If it's the first quadrant, you write the angle as it is. But this, if in the second quadrant, then what you should note is that it is 180 minus the angle given. All right. If it is in this is the second quadrant. If it is in the third quadrant, that is the angle minus 180. That is the third quadrant. And if it's in the fourth quadrant, that is 360 minus the given angle. That is the fourth quadrant. Okay, so you should take note of this, and this will guide us to solve this particular question here. Alright. So we have 3 cos 315 minus 2 sine 210. Okay, so we have, and we should also be guided by the cast. In this first quadrant, they are all positive. Second quadrant, only sine positive. Third quadrant, tan is positive, and fourth quadrant, cos is positive. So we have 3 cos 315 is in which quadrant? 315 is in the fourth quadrant. All right, the fourth quadrant is 0, 90, 180, 270, then 360. So the fourth quadrant 270, the angles between 270 and 360. So this falls in the fourth quadrant. And the fourth quadrant is 360 minus the angle. So we have cos 360 minus 315, the angle, minus 2. Then we have what? Sine. Alright, so 210. 210 is in which quadrant? 210 will fall in the third quadrant. That is the angle minus 180. So 210 minus 180. Alright. So this is what we are going to have. Okay. Then we are going to have, so before you continue from here, you have to ask yourself, cos, okay, before you write it in the first quadrant as acute, then you have to ask yourself, cos, this angle is in the fourth quadrant. What is cos in the fourth quadrant? Is it positive or negative? Cos is positive in the fourth quadrant. Alright, so it means that the value here will still continue to be positive. So we have 3 cos. Then 360 minus 315 will give us 45. So 3 cos 45 minus 2. Then we also ask yourself, the 210 is sine 210. 210 is in the third quadrant. Sine is negative. So into brackets minus sine 210 minus 180 will give us 30. So minus sine 30. Okay, so this is what we are going to have. Alright, because sine is negative in the third quadrant. So let's continue from here. So we are going to have what? 3. Since we have been able to write it in the first quadrant, then we can now find the value of the cos 45 on the calculator. Cos 45 will give us root 2 on 2 minus 2, and then we have what? Sine 30 minus sine 30. So sine 30 will give us 1 over 2, so minus 1 over 2. Alright, so this one will give us what? 3 times this will give 3 root 2 on 2. Okay, then these 2 can take off these 2. Minus 1 also give us a plus 1. So our answer becomes 3 root 2 over 2 plus 1. And when you are done, you can put the answer on the calculator to confirm whether what you have done is correct. So 3, alright, it is correct. Okay, that is that. And make sure that when you are putting this on the calculator will open the angle for you. Make sure to close it. So if you press 3 cos 315, you close the bracket before you come to minus 2 sine 210. So when you put on the calculator, you see that it's giving 2 plus, depending on how the answer your calculator will give you. It's like this. This is the same as this, because this is 2 over 2 plus 3 root 2 also over 2, and 2 over 2 is 1 plus 3 root 2 on 2. So it's the same thing as we have here. Is that okay? Let's move on to the next question. The next question is what? Sine 135 plus tan 300 over 4 cos 315 tan 225. Okay, without using calculator. So we have what? Sine. This is 135 is in the second quadrant, so that is 180 minus 135 plus tan 300 is in the fourth quadrant, that is 360 minus 300, all divided by 4 cos 315 is in the fourth quadrant, so that is 300, 360 minus 315, multiplying what? Tan 225. 225 is in the third quadrant, so that will be 225 minus 180. Okay, so this is what we are going to have. So now let's try and write as acute. That is what you consider where it is positive or negative. 135 is in the second quadrant, sine is positive, so we are going to have sine 180 minus 135, sine 45. Okay, plus tan. This 300 is in the fourth quadrant, tan is negative in the fourth quadrant. So we know 360 minus 300 is 60. So that will be minus tan 60 degrees. Alright. Because tan is negative in the fourth quadrant and 300 is in the fourth quadrant. So 360 minus 300 will give me 60 degrees. So minus tan 60 degrees. Alright. Then 4. Okay. Out of the 315 is in which quadrant here? 315 is in the first quadrant. Cos is positive, so 360 minus 315, that is 45, so cos 45, no problem with that. And then we have 225. 225 is in which quadrant here? 225 is in the third quadrant, and in the third quadrant what happened? Tan is positive, so 225 minus 180, and that also gives us tan 45. So after you are done with this, you can now simplify. So sine 45 will give us root 2 on 2 minus tan 60, that is root 3, all divided by 4. Now that is cos 45. That is root 2 on 2. And what is tan 45? That is 1. Okay, cos 45 times fraction, so we are multiplying. Alright, so here, if you like, we can write this one as a single fraction, and then we see if we can cancel anything with the denominator here. Alright, so let's write the denominator as a single fraction. So our LCM is going to, so this will be over 1. We'll take note of that. So our LCM will be going to be over 2. 2 goes here 1, so that we have root 2 minus 1 goes here 2 minus 2 root 3. So this is what we are going to have. Alright, all divided by 2 will go here 2. Yeah, 2 root 2 times 1 give me 2 root 2. So this is what we are going to have. Okay, so this can be written as root 2 minus 2 root 3 all over 2 times, so you take note, this is also over 1. So I can multiply and reciprocate. Is that also? Sure. So times 1 over 2 root 2. This is what I can have, times 1 over 2 root 2. So let's multiply the denominator by the denominator. So root 2 minus 2 root 3 times 1 will be root 2 minus 2 root 3 all divided by 2 times 2 root 2 give me 4 root 2. Alright, let me continue on this side. So it means that I can write it as what? 2. This can be written as root 2 over 4 root 2 minus 2 root 3 also over 4 root 2. Root 2 can cancel root 2, and I have 1 over 4. Then 2 goes here 1, 2 goes here 2. So that I have the denominator as root 3 and the denominator as root 2 root 2. Okay, so this is what I can have. 1 over 4 minus root 3 all over 2 root 2. But here we have to rationalize because the said is a denominator. So we can have what? 1 over 4 minus root 3 times root 2 all divided by 2 root 2 also times root 2. Alright, so let's continue on this side. So that I have 1 over 4 minus root 3 times root 2 will give me what? Root 6. And then 2 root 2 times root 2 will give root 2 times root 2 will give me what? Will give me 2 times 2. That will give me 4. So our answer can be 1 over 4 minus root 6 all divided by 4, or 1 over 4 minus root 6 over 4. We can write as a single fraction because they all have the same denominator as 4. Then 1 minus root 6. So this can be our answer. 1 minus root 6 all divided by 4, or 1 over 4 minus root 6 over 4. I believe you will get it in your finder. So you can put this on the calculator to confirm your answer. Very simple to do. I'll see you again in our next lesson. Bye bye.